All right, welcome in everybody to Tuesday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right around 3:30 on the East Coast, so that perfect lunch break for all you tuning in on the West Coast. As usual, the show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking out that at the bottom for all your extra needs out there. As usual, we're live on Twitter and on YouTube. Can't feature your comments on YouTube or on Twitter, so hop over to YouTube, the number one spot to be. Commenters coming in day out. They already know 1 year anniversary is tomorrow. Yeah, we did debut on a Tuesday. It is what it is, but tomorrow we'll have the 1 year edition of Daily Bread, and it'll only be a baseball episode,
We
sadly.
we made it a year, man. Who'd have thought? I'm pretty excited about that, man. It's the small victories in life, right? I'm pretty excited about that. Um,
Yep. So we appreciate if you share the episode, reach it out because we'll definitely be doing some sort of giveaway for tomorrow's episode. So be making sure, get the extra chances. You know what to do. Give us that like, follow, retweet, subscribe. We appreciate it all.
yes, sir. Yesterday, pretty damn good day to say the least, right? Pretty damn good day. I'm a happy man. So yeah, you know, to to come off of that, both plays cashed yesterday, both at plus money. I think that's all you can really ask for on a Monday. The Mets came through. That first five under in the Brewers game came through. That was really, really, really sweet to see. Attacking the slate today. Obviously, a few more games. I got three plays on the slate for today. But yeah, overall, last night a pretty damn good night. A lot of runs being scored. Um,
We were smart about technically not fading Brubacher and just taking the full game over as well because he finally got the first dub of the season. He now is 1-7 on the year. Kind of felt like last night was going to be the night he got it. Maybe the 12-1 win, so cashed you over easy. Was that payback for the 21-0 beatdown earlier in the year potentially?
I mean, I think if you're a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates, that like you look for every positive you possibly can. Um, and any motivating factor to lay into a team when you're finally scoring some runs, it helps. It helps to have that. It helps to have that little bit more motivation. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I still think Brubacher stinks, but I'm just glad we were on the right side with that one. To be totally honest.
And we will probably get a nice price for his next outing as well. So that's the best part about it.
Yes.
Up, see, that's where you use the magic word while you got F by it. Parlay.
Hey man, I you should have rocked with Andy of sports. Um, that's what I did. Obviously, Tampa Bay took care of business last night. I don't think anybody was surprised. I mean, if you were surprised, then you haven't been watching this team over the last three calendar years. This is what they do. Okay, they are the definition of resilient. They have championship DNA. You can say whatever you want about them. Although Kucherov going down yesterday is a bit of a concern. Obviously, he got hurt in last night's game. Him going down and going, that did not help. However, I do believe in this Tampa Bay team. Even though, like I've spoken on before, this Colorado team mirrors they both teams mirror each other very much as far as their journeys to getting to championships. Um, Colorado's still in search of one. But just like Tampa Bay had to go through the ringer to get to the final spot and finally win a championship, it kind of feels like Colorado is embodying a lot of the same stuff. But yeah, I do look forward to Game 4. I think I'm going to be backing Tampa again. I think it's a 7 game series, and everything comes down to a big Game 7 in Colorado. But that's just my personal belief.
This leaf blower is still going, but we can get into today's play. So if you hear some background noise, this guy's just been going at the same area for like 15 minutes straight at this point. But we already got the comments rolling in. I think Barry's rolling with the Yankees again, are talking about their sweaty win because Holmes finally had his first blown save, first sketchy spot of the season. The bats came through, plus bad fielding / Margot going down for a little bit. But we got Dale fading the shit out of Chichi Gonzalez tonight. So,
Couldn't
Sosa,
blame him.
where are you starting?
Man, listen, we starting with the Dodgers. First 5, minus half a run, minus 120. The price has probably gone up. I hopped on it early. We got Gonsolin, who's been absolutely lights out for us all year. He has been a superstar pitcher for us. No one actually really expected him to be this good. He's held down the fort. Absolutely amazing. Been amazing all year. He hasn't just been good. He's been great. If you're going to give me Gonsolin and give me a price at minus 120 for the first 5 against a Reds team that is, I mean, pedestrian at best, middle of the pack or below average in every hitting metric that you can possibly find, I'm going to rock with the Dodgers 100% of the time. I do like their team total as well, but I think that my favorite look is Gonsolin first 5, minus half, minus 120. I love the price. And the Dodgers are going to get us in the winning circle, the winner's circle early tonight.
I guess it's because Mahle came off that 9-inning game where he only gave up 3 hits at 12 Ks back-to-back games with 10 plus, but they both came against the Diamondbacks, and before that he faced the Nats. So 1.71 ERA over his last 3 starts is definitely fading into probably why you're getting that shorter price, or what Barry's saying, they should sweep the Reds, but we've seen them lay some eggs.
We should sweep everybody. Respectfully, we should sweep everyone. For me, I don't want to say anything negative about Mahle because Spin Doctor believes he's going to pitch well today. I will say that he faced 2 of the worst lineups in baseball in his last 2 starts, in which he was only 2 times he was really effective all year. And they were 2 of the worst lineups in baseball. Respectfully, they weren't particular. Arizona's decent, but I'm not putting too much stock into Mahle here. I'm fading him obviously because I believe the first 5 is ours. That's just my personal opinion.
All right, where's number 2? And then I'll rattle off 2 of them.
Number 2 for me is in the New York Yankees Tampa Bay Rays game. You're getting the Yankees team total at a flat 4. Obviously, we love the 4. After the way they lost last night, I like it to be an easy bounce back spot. Team total over 4 at minus 104 is free money to me. If you're scared and you like the first 5 team total over 1.5, I like that as well. But it's juiced to the 9s at minus 145. So if you're getting over 4 right now, it was at minus 104. It was at minus 108. Now it's at minus 112. I like all 3 of the prices. Over 4 at minus 112. New York Yankees team total against the Tampa Bay Rays. That's my second official play for today.
All right, I kind of like more of the gross games today, and Sosa, we're back in the fish. Money line sitting at minus 125. They got Daniel Castano going in his second start. He was clean in his first one of this season. He was pitching up in the majors last season a little bit as well, but it's the Rockies on the road here. That's why we like to fade them. When they're sitting at this price on the road, they're right at 500. I just don't like their bats to show up, especially when you have the total sitting at 8. Don't think they'll be flying out the park. So we're backing the Marlins money line at minus 125.
Yes, sir. I only have one more play that I consider just for fun. It's really not for fun because I've actually put real money on it. What I do, it is a prop parlay on FanDuel. And to get any plus money on these 2 guys combined for me was gold. It's Jake Cronenworth from San Diego to record 1 hit, and Jose Ramirez to record 1 hit, and those odds come out to plus 115. Both these guys are on 9+ game hitting streaks, and in those games, they've each recorded 6 games with multiple hits. So to get 1 each at plus 115, I just feel as though it's absolutely free money. Jose Ramirez would be in the MVP conversation if Judge wasn't just nuclear this season. What Aaron Judge is doing right now is unfucking speakable, and he's doing it in New York. So y'all might as well chalk it. As long as he doesn't get hurt, he's going to win the MVP. But if you look at Jose Ramirez has had an unbelievable offensive campaign. It's just kind of just going under the radar because of how outrageous Aaron Judge has been and how good the Yankees have been. But in any other season, Jose Ramirez would be right there in the MVP conversation. He is the only bat in that lineup, and he has been absolutely electric for them all year long.
Yep, and to stay in that Guardians matchup there, you kind of have two forces that are meeting each other. This was a lean because I kind of want to back the Guardians here, but and all of Savali's road starts 4-0, all in Joe Ryan's home starts 0-4. So not too sure which way it's going to be going on the total, but maybe Savali cleans it up. But it just seems like his issue's been pitching on the road. Next play that I am liking for today, where I'm thinking Gossman's going to have back-to-back bad starts. It's surprising to get the White Sox as home dogs plus 116, but we're back in Cease today. He'll be clean against them in his only start. He went 1-0 with a 1.60 ERA the one time he's faced them, and of course, the leaf blowers show up.
How about trash ass Jose Barrios? You talk about Jekyll and Hyde, 10 Ks and then 4 home runs in 3 innings. Oh my goodness. I feel bad for anybody who's a Toronto Blue Jays fan because it's like they continuously punch y'all in the nuts every chance they get. It's like you're about to be there and you're about to look good and win and you get this huge game against the Yankees and then immediately go lay a fucking egg on the road. It confuses the fuck out of me. I just don't understand it. They are a baseball team that don't make any sense to me. None. So
I guess all of the viewers would be surprised. You're not fading Fetty today?
I want to fade them, but it's something about Washington. They've been coming. You know, they've been coming close in some games, and a couple of guys that we usually fade. I mean, except for Corbin. I mean, Corbin obviously is god awful. Adon, he was an easy fade last time he faced you guys, but the issue being with Corbin is that Corbin looked good for a couple of starts and he reverted right back to where he is. It's just there's one of those baseball teams that just doesn't have a lot of weapons, man. You know, it's like it's Juan Soto and the Pips. You know, you can't really think of anybody who really strikes any fear in you as an opposing team or manager from a lineup perspective outside of Juan Soto, and it's relatively easy to pitch around him on a nightly basis. I mean, one of the most amazing talents we've ever seen, but he just doesn't have the help in the lineup. I want to fade Fetty, but I mean, I think that the lineup could possibly support him tonight. I know it's like it's a random spot and it's easy to fade the Nats, but I'm staying away personally just because I think that I think against Baltimore, there's plenty of opportunity to still put up runs, and it's very difficult to pitch around somebody if your pitchers aren't good.
Yeah, because both of these pitchers, their last 3 starts, both of them, the games ended over the total in each of the matchups. So the bats could be hot here because it's not very rare where we see the Orioles as minus 125 are greater favorites, but they're 2-0 so far in that situation. So the books kind of know when to make them the home favorites.
Also, remember, there's these two teams are very close in proximity to each other. So there's a little bit of a rivalry, I suppose, right? Baltimore and DC are right there.
Not when they both suck.
I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of people that show up to the ball game. I'll just put it like that. Like it's a regular season game, but they'll have a higher turnout fan wise, which again, remember we spoke about this. Viewership, people that show up to the game is a direct correlation with runs. So I would not.
Is this mini Subway series?
I mean, it's like the Battle of I-95. I don't know what you
can say that about a bunch of teams. I was
about to say the Battle of the Beltway. The Battle of the Beltway. That's what it is. It's the Beltway battle. Right? That's it, the Baltimore folks. The Baltimore folks and the DC folks will understand what I'm saying. It's the Battle of the Beltway.
Any other games that you're wanting to get into? I was thinking about fading Rich Hill tonight, but decided to stay off of that. I saw someone saying fading Chi-Chi, but you kind of got to be careful because was this Flaherty's second start back after the injury. So that's kind of where he didn't look too sharp in his first one, only gave out 3 innings. So you might be relying on the Cardinals pen there if you're going them for the full game.
I'm rocking with the I'm running back a play from yesterday that we were on. and that I really like the Atlanta San Fran under. I think Desclafani can be good enough. And this kid, Spencer Strider, oh my God, bro, absolute fireballer. You know what I mean? Like just bringing the heat, striking out people left and right. Um, I lean towards the under in this San Francisco Atlanta game under 9.5, especially after last night. I think that both teams offensively look kind of dormant just last night, and I think that I think this whole series could end up being a series where every game ends up going under. To be totally honest with you, anything for Astros Mets. I like Francisco Lindor 2 total bases. I believe it was like at plus 115 when I last saw it. I love the matchup with him and Urquidy. And I mean, I would lean Astros to win. Obviously, we spoke on them yesterday. I mean, they're 9.5 games up, but still somehow almost 10 games back for first place in the league, which is again fucking insane. But that's all I would. Those would be my only thoughts on that particular matchup.
Yeah, I'd have to go with the Stros here, if anything, in this one, when you can get them at that short of a price, especially just because the Mets, they've just been talking about surviving this June because they have a bunch of east to west road trips back to back, and you got a little 2-game stop here. Same with the Phils going to Texas because they had a 2-game series earlier. So that's where on the travel day with Trevor Williams on the mound, I could see the Stros coming through.
And I'm glad you brought that up because Scherzer just made his first rehab start in Double-A yesterday. So they're not only are they're just trying to wait till reinforcements get back in. And I'm already on record saying this, even as a Dodger fan. If they can weather through the month of July and remain in first place and be 5 or 6 games ahead, I honestly do believe this Mets team is good enough to win the whole thing. Because if Scherzer comes back, that's great. But if you get DeGrom back with him, with what they've been able to do offensively, those Mets fans may have a little something cooking up. Y'all might have a real legit shot to make some noise in the postseason if you get 2 generational talents back at the top of your rotation. That's pretty. Those usually help. We all know the biggest factor in baseball is starting pitching. And when you have 2 fireballer like superstars at the top of a rotation in a playoff series, oh my goodness, you're talking about something that could really be crazy. So that's just my assessment of this Mets team. They've been good. When they get those 2 guys back, they have the potential to be great. And when I say great, I mean the best team in baseball and have a shot to win the whole thing.
I was about to say, not much else.
Not much else to cover. The Dodgers should handle business. We are supposed to be on tonight. We're going to talk some football with you guys, some NFL. We're going to get some of the Sunday morning quarterback crew. I want to also just make a quick statement. For everybody that tunes in and checks us out on a daily basis, a weekly basis, we greatly appreciate that. What's crazy is our numbers for Sunday morning quarterbacks were exponentially better than our daily show, which makes sense because it's once a week and we have so many different people that help, bring the casual better into a better state against the books. I just want to say one thank you to all the people that rocked with us last year. And if you thought last year was something, next year is going to be even fucking better. I mean, it's going to be 10 times better because we have affiliates for every single team, except the ones that nobody really wanted. I mean, who the fuck wants to follow the Houston Texans, right? Nobody. Or the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever the fuck you guys want to call them. But yeah, for all the new correspondents, get ready because it's going to be a great fucking year, and we're going to be very, very happy to get you the most money we possibly can on every given Sunday. Not any, every. And
this was about the time where we threw it together. This is the off-season episodes. Basically going to be, if you came in for our roundtables for the NBA, because we got Finesse tapping with us here, basically the same thing we're going to be going about, because there's a lot of hot news in the NFL today. Cassius, you just tapping in with us. I hope you saw that we're on the Sox money line today. Barry's nailing it right. Hit that like. And yes, we have most of the cast returning from last season. And
Yeah, everybody,
good.
all but one guy. We got a whole bunch of new people though.
And we got, I was about to say, and we got a bunch of new faces joining us. So, man, that Sunday show is already an hour and a half. We're going to have to do some wiggling to make sure. Because when we have even more people to do it, and you and I don't have to talk about the Niners versus the Dolphins, it'll be a better show.
Makes it so much easier, bro. Like the whole first 7 minutes. What week does Gronk come back? 6. Like I'm all right. Wait, see, we're on the same page, Tim. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. Gronk just wants his headlines and his time and he just wants to be loved and wanted. He's one of those. I'm happy for him. Good for him. Good for him.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but we'll be back live tonight and tomorrow. We out.
Cool shirt, bro.